Hello and welcome. I am Scrubberlock, and this is City of Heroes on the private server Everlasting. We are with our tanker, Liberty Lass, who is level 17, and we're talking to Anne-Marie Engels, and she's offering me, I've never seen this before, 2 different story arcs. So my guess is because we went off and did the hollows and everything, we didn't do the level 10 to 15 story arc. And honestly, I can't remember which one comes first, but I think it's this one. So we'll start with the Vashalak Plague. Um, and so we have a medical scanner, and what we need to do is feed 15 Vajalaks. Okay, so I gotta find them. I think probably the best place to look for them is going to be Perez Park, which is not far from here, because that's a hazard zone. We're way above level for that zone, and we can just like punch a couple of them and get like a bunch of them to come after me. But I got to figure out where they are in Perez Park. Um, there are also a bunch in Steel Canyon. There are some in Atlas Park. There, this in Kings Row. Oh wait, Kings Row. Yeah, maybe Kings Row is better. There are a lot of them in Kings Row, and they'll be much faster to take out. Yeah, so as I've shown in my Scrapper videos, these defeat 15, defeat 20 enemy missions, I don't like them, right? It's just running through the street beating up bad guys. I'd rather do an actual like mission in the map, in a private map. And the other thing I don't like about it is it's nearly impossible to get them on level to you. So you're always fighting things that are much more powerful or weaker than you are. So it's very hard to have it be an appropriate difficulty level. Um, so that part can be really frustrating, and then sometimes you have to defeat them in a particular zone, like a particular region of the city, or even a particular part of that region, like only in the Gaspy or whatever, and that just to me is just way too frustrating. So now I gotta find some Vajalaks. Let's see, I think south is where they usually are, like over here. Skulls. This is gonna take forever, guys. Choppers, choppers. Oh, I know where. King's Garment Works has some of them. I remember fighting them there. And they're going to take the servers down in an hour and 15 minutes. Wonderful. Well, I won't be playing in an hour and 15 minutes. I'm just going to do one episode today. Skulls. Skulls. I guess maybe I should have gone to Perez Park. I could have sworn there used to be Vajalaks around here. They've changed some of the spawning from when the game first launched. And I'm sure there used to be cadavers and mortificators and stuff out in the back here. Ahaha. I was right. Aggro them all. I think you have to punch these guys before they blow up to get credit for defeating them. Select this. Okay, so we got those two. And then him. Alright, we're not getting any XP for these guys because they're way below our level, but that's okay. So what I want is to just get the number done. Now these guys are going to be a little painful to fight in mission when they're like my level, because they do have that smashing resistance. Also, I want to point out, I've put the option that the Homecoming guys came up with, where you can see how long it is before a power recharges. I've activated that. Not entirely sure how much I love it. I mean, I kind of have a sense of the timing anyway. But we'll leave it there and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so when they're on mission, they're going to be very difficult to fight. What is this guy? Force Reaper? Face Reaper. I don't remember them at all. Is he trying to rip somebody's face off? And is she still alive? Ripping somebody's face off is, I mean, a little extreme for this game. You can see they have a lot of resistance. She was dead, I guess. Wow. Ripping off the face off of a dead body is a little bit extreme for this game. I'm surprised they had those guys. Skulls. Ah, you're a Vajilok. 2 of you. It's good because I only need 5 more. But yeah, you can see how the little, it's telling you how many seconds you have, which is pretty good. I guess the animation requires that information to be able to, you know, expand fast enough, so they figured why not, if it's doing the countdown, why not show it to the player. 3 more to fight. I really would like more AoE attacks. The hand clap is fine, but it's just a stun. We're getting towards 18. At level 18, we're probably going to get invincibility, which is like pretty much this set's signature power, along with Dull Pain and Unstoppable. One more Vajilok, and they're not going to be down here because that's Clockworks. Skulls. Skulls. Come on, we just need one more. There we go. Hi guys, you're my buddies. And we got our clue. Go ahead and finish these guys off so I clean up the spawn. Okay, so we got our clue. And we can call her now. And she says, thanks for scanning the Vajilok. If they were carriers of this strange new disease, this data will be invaluable. So what the clue is saying is that we had our medical scanner and we collected data on the Vajilok. So now we're going to contact her and see what the data say. And she says, they had people all over the city scanning Vajilok, but I got the best results. Based on the data, we think we've discovered where the disease zombies are coming from. Go eliminate the disease zombies, so we're going to be going to Boomtown. And we're going to probably be in the sewers, so I really need to create a sewer costume for her. Oh, we don't need that right now. Didn't get any enhancements. Oh, of course, because they were low level. Yet at this stage, I don't know, episode 155 or something of my Let's Play with my Scrapper. I've been through a whole bunch of missions. I don't know, 3 or 4 episodes worth of missions, and I've only gotten like 1 enhancement drop, or maybe 2. So just trying to keep an eye. It's weird because I played a controller in Pretoria and I was getting tons of it. I mean, I filled my tray up. So I don't know, it's a little weird. Usually the enhancement drop rate I don't think varies by level. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. There's a big truck going by outside. Oh, I went to the wrong place. I'm supposed to go to Boomstown, not Brickstown. That's alright, I'll just go back through the train station. I was trying to go to Steel Canyon so I could go to Boomtown that way. But I saw the Brickstown and my brain saw the B and I just clicked it. Sorry guys. Wasted time. Fortunately, it's pretty quick to just come back around. Alright, so now we're going to go to Steel Canyon North, which is right next to the entrance to Boomtown, and hopefully we won't have to go all the way across the zone. Unfortunately, it's random where they locate these mission entrances, so there's basically the way the map works is along on the map there are a bunch of buildings that have doors that are keyed to be mission doors. And when you get a mission in Boomtown, it's right up there, great. It randomly selects any mission door in the zone. And that's your mission door. Now sometimes it'll be keyed to like a warehouse door, and then it'll only select a warehouse. Sometimes it'll be keyed to an office building door, and then you'll get an office building doorway. Sometimes it'll be keyed to a sewer door, and you'll get a sewer entrance, or a cave door, and you'll get a cave entrance. So Boomtown, I think most of the doorways are not going to be warehouse. They're going to either be sewer, or they're going to be office. I don't know whether this mission is keyed to Boomtown, or just, like Boomtown is a level 10 to 20 zone, so do they randomly choose both the zone and the mission door? I'm not really sure about that. I never really was able to figure that out. I guess you could go back to the Scrapper, look at the second mission on the Scrapper video of the Vajjalok Plague, and figure out if I went to Boomtown or a different zone. Man, look how bent up these tracks are from the destruction. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't have the Ouroboros yet to just teleport out, so I'm gonna have to teleport out. I have to move out by hand, but I won't make you watch that part at least. Yeah, so this is a sewer entrance, I guess, in Boomtown. There are several of them. It could have randomly picked any of them. It just picked this one. Right, and one of the bits of evidence for that is if you're on a team with 3 people and you all have the same mission, sometimes you'll have mission doors in 3 different locations. Alright. Let's see how we do against these Vajjaloks. Hand clap should be helpful, because it can stun and knock back. So it's a good bit of mez for us. Once we get to level 17, we will have invincibility. Then we're going to want to surround ourselves with enemies, because that'll make us harder to hit. And that's when I'm going to start switching to the technique of hitting an enemy, switching targets, hitting an enemy, switching targets, rather than chewing one down at a time. Because you want the minions surround. What you want to do is taunt a bunch of minions, and then you focus on the lieutenant while the minions are surrounding you. Oh, this is going to be funny because they're green. We don't need to chase him. One big advantage we have over, say, our Scrapper when I was playing her is we have our own self-heal, Dull Pain. Which will help. We also have 20% toxic resistance, so when they vomit on us, that's toxic. And then we take only 20% as much damage. We also have more hit points by default than a Scrapper would at this level, so level 17 we have 611 hit points. Probably a Scrapper at this level has 550 or something. So, we probably won't have to do as much pulling as Silver Phoenix did. We're also slightly higher level than she was when she was doing these missions, I believe. Yeah, and these guys are probably going to be too weak for us because this is probably a level 10 to 15 mission. So we won't need to be using the stun very much. We probably won't need to use Dull Pain very much. Hopefully this won't be too dull of a mission. I do want to mention, in this particular playlist, I've gotten the first comment on this playlist from somebody who said that he enjoyed the playthrough, but he noticed that a lot of times I will do this, right? I'll just pop an inspiration that I don't need. Why do I do that? Well, the reason I do that is because there's going to be more inspirations coming roughly every third or fourth. Oh, yellows, interesting. roughly every 3 or 4 enemies will drop an inspiration, so we should get 1 inspiration from this group. Right? You should see that. I'm gonna go ahead and pop Dalbane. So we should get at least 1 inspiration drop, so this should fill. And so there's really no reason not to use them if you want to use them. And if they're not the ones you exactly want, you can go ahead and use them, and it's not going to hurt anything. You'll get another one. Why can I not hit this guy? Go ahead and hand clap again. Come on. A little bit of lag here. Yep, see, we got an inspiration already, right there. That's 1. Right, so why not use the inspiration if you don't feel like you need it? I have sort of the perfect tray of inspirations in my head of what I want, and if I don't have it, if like I have an inspiration in this spot that's not the one I want, I'll just go ahead and use whatever's there and hope to get the one I want. And as I pointed out, and so I mentioned this in the Scrapper video, there's really no need to husband or save inspirations. At this level, you don't have enough boxes. See, we got a second one. We don't really need it, but why not use it? Right? Because I'd really rather have a damage in there. So, as I explained in the Scrapper video, there's always going to be more inspirations coming. And so you may as well use the ones that you want to use as you use them, you know, as you need them. It's sort of like powers. If the powers recharge, there's no reason necessarily not to use it if it's going to recharge again quickly, right? The only ones I worry about are the ones that are going to take a long time. Now, so you can say, well, you could look, you know, you've got these healths. Why don't you just save them until you absolutely need them? Well, there's something to that, but the reality is that you're always going to be getting more inspirations. So if you hold them, let's say I get a red here, a blue here, and this is the exact box I want, and I hold it unless I'm like dying or I absolutely need it against Lieutenant, well, then you're not getting new ones, and you're not using any. And you're essentially reducing your effectiveness because you could have been just using inspirations all along. That last battle, we used, what, 4 inspirations? We have 2 boxes left, and we got 2, right? So it's like, well, as long as you don't overuse them, you can use like 1 inspiration per spawn if you want, and you're going to get more. You're going to get enough to replace, right? So you may as well go ahead and use it, because you'll get another one, and then you can use that and get another one. And so if you imagine like using 1 inspiration per spawn versus using 0 inspirations per spawn, and sometimes you're using the thing that makes you more accurate, the yellow, sometimes you're using the thing that makes you more, the rage, which makes you do more damage. Sometimes you're using the heal to give you more health points, so you don't bother using Dalbane, so you can save that for the boss. Sometimes you're using the defense to give yourself ability to dodge an attack that's dangerous or whatever. So in one spawn you take less damage, in another spawn you deal more damage, in another spawn you hit more often. And so like if you use 1 inspiration per spawn, you're actually being more effective than never using inspirations just in case you might need them someday. So I go ahead and use them if they're not the ones I exactly want. Now I like these particular ones in these spots on the tray, so I'm probably not going to use these unless I need them. But if I get like another heal, I don't feel like I need 3 heals, so I'll just go ahead and pop it. Right? I'm still getting a feel to like this thing. Yeah, just go ahead and use it. It lasts a minute. By the time I meet up the next spawn, it'll still be effective. It's probably better to wait until another spawn, but who cares? It's increasing my accuracy, but it's not like I'm missing a lot anyway. And there's another guy, and I'll use it on him. And he may drop... Oh. Why can I not land on this thing? He may drop another inspiration that I can use in its place, one that I want more, like an Enraged or an Endurance or something. So, you know, I don't feel the need to hold them. He mentioned that, see, I just got another one, Sturdy. I like Sturdy. I'm going to put that over there and use this. Because I'd rather have 2 oranges on this character than 2 purples. Because avoiding damage isn't her thing, it's more resisting it. And if we can stack some Sturdy, she can become almost completely unhurtable. Right now, almost completely essentially untouchable. Not untouchable, but you touch her, but you can't do anything. There we go. We got enraged. So we just got 2 inspirations out of that green spawn. And so why not? They couldn't hit me because I had luck running, right? So why not go ahead and use them and keep using them, and you'll be more effective. Again, I used to do this. I used to do what he was suggesting and try to save inspirations, husband them very carefully, because, oh, you know, what if you don't have the heal when you need it? And I don't advocate burning a heal when you have full hit points and you don't need to use the heal. But for something like damage or accuracy or defense, as long as you have enough, you can go ahead and use the extras and make yourself more effective. Wow, I missed them a lot. Yeah, these guys are really accurate. I still feel that way. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little extra damage here. Oh, he blew up. Didn't do anything to me though, really. So yeah, I mean that's just the way I do it. I use inspirations as they come along, and I feel like it makes you more effective to keep using them than to not, right? And see, we got another one. Let's go ahead and use it. Why not? Right? I don't need that. I don't need to hold that yellow. I've got 2 more, so I may as well use it now and make myself more effective. Now, one of the things he said you could do is, if you let 3rd yellow, I guess you can combine. Can't remember exactly how you do it. Let's see, right click. I thought there was a way. There is a way to combine them into 3 and make a bigger one. I guess if I had like 5 yellows, I could see maybe doing that. But if I only have 3 yellows, I'd rather use them 3 different times to make myself a little more accurate than use a big one once to be accurate. You know what I mean? I would rather... I'm going to go ahead and rest here and just make sure my hit points go up. I would rather be able to use a yellow against 3 different spawns at this level than try to get the big yellow against 1 spawn. Okay. So we're going to be careful here because we don't have Dull Pain available, so we need to make sure that we keep these guys mezzed as much as possible. And we do have bonus to... We had a bonus to hit, but that's worn off now. So we may need to use the sturdy... uh-oh. Back up. He hit me. That's because I was going to try to hit him, and I missed it. And clap. That is a big help. So now we have to use this health here. Alright, so that's one that was used like as a health that I needed. The other ones I've been sort of using just, whatever, I've got an extra, I'll go ahead and use it. But every time you use one, you make yourself more effective than if you didn't use it, right? So that health allows me to stand here and take it. I didn't have to burn a sturdy, which I can use against whoever's in charge of this mission, the boss or whatever. I don't know. A lot of it's really just reflex. I'm not so much... It's more muscle memory almost. I'm not like thinking that hard about what I do. It's just sort of automatic. It's not as automatic for this character as it is for my scrapper. Because I haven't actually played... I've played Invulnerability, but I haven't played Super Strength past level 19 before. And it's been a very long time. I mean, literally by May or June of... and there's the boss. By May or June of 2004, I had deleted this character and made her Invulnerability Fire. So I know a lot more about Fire. I got that character to level 47, but Super Strength I actually literally have not played in 15 years, so it's going to take a while for me to get comfortable with it. Alright, let's see. We have a Reaper and the Cutter. Okay. We're probably going to need the sturdy for this, so we'll go ahead and take it and beat this guy up. I'm going to take an extra accuracy just to make sure that I can hit these guys. Oh, Cutter didn't notice me. That was convenient. I don't think hand clap works on these guys. Let's try it. Oh, it did. That's excellent. And that's some good damage mitigation there. We're going to need enraged here. Do some extra damage because he's going to have a lot of defense against us. And the accuracy is counteracting the debuff. We have our dull pain up, which is great. Our haymaker does some good knockback, so that's good damage mitigation, knockdown. Didn't knock him down that time. Let's try hand clap. See, that's good. Knockdown, always. Knockdown is always good. That's good damage mitigation. Okay, so we defeated that guy. Got an enhancement, but it's a trainer, so we don't need that. And we got an endurance back, so that's pretty good. We still have a fair amount of inspirations. And there's just a couple guys left. Where are they? But the intersection, how did I miss that guy? I wonder if that's an error. Like, that he's not really there. There's been several times where I've seen maybe he just wandered off. Oops. Oh, these stupid pipes. There he is. He just didn't aggro, I guess, because he's so low level. And I didn't notice him. Or I might have hand clapped him away. And that's the mission. Did we get a clue? We got a blood sample. Foul-smelling black blood. Yuck. Alright. So you see we have this extra endurance. As soon as I need endurance, I'm just use it. Right? Because even if it's not a crisis. Because I don't feel like I need more than 2 with this character. At least with a tray that's only allowing 10 inspiration sockets. Alright, enough of that. Let's call our contact. And she says, great work, Liberty Lass. Samples these samples are the disease in its pure form. So then she says, I'm sorry to say this, but you've been infected with the Vajlok virus. Oh boy. This is actually the wrong one. I should have done the other one first. Oh well. Now, I don't want you to panic. It's very early at this. Wait a minute. Is this a different story arc? I don't know. Yeah, so now I have the wasting disease. So I'm going to have to deal with that the next time we play this character. But for now, I'm going to head back, and I will see you guys in the next episode.